From our favorite veteran firefighter circling the drain in the season finale, to not knowing when season 12 would come back to answer our questions, here's everything on Chicago Fire fans demanding to know if Mouch will survive. Chicago Fire may be going on a hiatus, and it's left fans with burning questions. The finale was nothing but a roller coaster. It started off with Stella dealing with her Severide problems, but she gets a distraction when she discovers an extremely destructive bullet at her rescue call. Panic spreads as the city of Chicago faces a domestic terrorist threat. Meanwhile, Casey makes his way to the firehouse, where Brett reveals that she's adopting a baby. There's some relationship drama involved that ends with Dylan and Sylvie breaking up, but that's not important yet. What's important is that Casey proposed. Yeah, he got down on one knee and everything. Of course, the finale wasn't all about romance and relationship drama. Remember the terrorist threat? Yeah, well, the firehouse came face to face with the sniper at the power plant. And of course, Casey ran into danger head first. Bowden tried stopping him, but Casey said he doesn't answer to him anymore. He goes in with Carver, Gallo, and Stella's help, but it turns out to be a bad move because Mouch takes a hit during the gunfire. The show has us believing for a second that he was out of danger when they rushed him to Chicago Med in time. Heck, he was up and talking again. But then they did a complete 180. The last time we saw him, he was coding and bleeding at the hospital. Herman was right by his side, frantically calling the doctor for help. Really makes sense why they called the episode Red Waterfall. I just know someone in the writer's room had a good laugh about it.
Mouch! Hey! Mouch! Hey! Help! Please! We need a doctor in here now! Help! Please!
That said, the biggest question plaguing fans right now is if Mouch will survive. Fans really don't want to bid farewell to their favorite character, especially someone who's been with them for so long now. Christian Stolte has been on the show since season 1, mind you. One fan wrote, "I swear if Mouch ends up dying, I'm gonna lose it." Same buddy, same. Another Twitter user straight up tagged Christian Stolte and said that they'll be immensely pissed if he's no longer on the show. The fan also added that Mouch has been one of their favorite characters since episode 1. He and Eigenberg make a wonderful best friend duo. And you know what? They can say that again. In fact, there's a good chunk of fans asking Christian straight up if he's leaving the show. Of course, his lips are sealed for now. Or are they? I'll talk more about that in a while.
Sorry about giving you a hard time, Mouch.
No, Cap, I'm just relieved.
While most fans are setting up a prayer circle for their favorite, others seemed convinced about the outcome. One Twitter user that with the amount of blood loss from Mouch, they're rather certain that he'll pass away. It fills the palm reader's prophecy in their eyes. And it hurts me to say this, but they might just be right. You see, Chicago Fire has a pattern of killing off its beloved characters in season premieres. It all started with Darden, who died during a fire during the series premiere. Then there were Otis and Shay, who also died in the first episodes of a new season after the writers teased their deaths in the finale of the previous seasons. Shay's death was teased in a building explosion in the season 2 finale, but it wasn't until the first episode of season 3 came out did we find out that a pipe had hit her in the head, killing her on the spot. The same was the story for the season 7 finale. There was an intense fire at a mattress factory, and we weren't sure everyone would make it. And guess what? Otis didn't. That season 8 premiere was painful as we saw Otis struggle for his life after suffering from severe burns. He eventually lost that battle, unfortunately.
Я буду с тобой. Всегда.
When you consider all of this, things are really not looking good for Mouch. In fact, at this point, I'd be surprised if they don't kill him off. Sorry, Stotley fans, but it is what it is. I should also point out that the writers like to kill characters off from time to time, to remind us that the danger on the show is real. It's how Derek Haas justified killing off Otis in season 8. The showrunner explained that the writers were just talking, and they decided they needed to put some teeth back into the show. So that's when he brought up killing off Otis with Wolf Entertainment president Peter Jankowski. And you know what he said? He said that as long as you're honest with the storytelling, the audience will go with it. Damn. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but still.
I already reached out to this lady, Dawn. She's the director over at Levitt Street Girls Home. I met her about a year ago when I was helping that girl, Jenny.
One who pawned her mom's ring.
Yeah. So she said she'd put some feelers out. It's a shot in the dark, but
On the bright side, Mouch does have one thing going in his favor. The show can't lose any more characters going forward, considering Severide is down for the count. I mean, sure, he's on a break, but that break could easily turn into permanent retirement. Casey kinda left in season 10. He did, however, come back and propose, so maybe he has a bigger role in the show going forward. But let's stick with what we know. And when you look at it this way, there are not a lot of the original guys left. So if the show decides to kill Mouch in the middle of all this, it would be a bad decision, if anything. It would also be heartbreaking. We would be losing a character we've known for 11 years, and the Firehouse won't be the same without him. Fans called him the heart of the show, and they're right. So maybe if the writers are watching this, can you please not kill off our favorite? I know it's troubling times, but Stolte fans have been here before. Remember season 6 when Mouch suffered a heart attack while he was on the job? Back then, we were kinda in the same waters. To make it worse, so was Christian. The actor talked to One Chicago Center back in 2018 and admitted that even he wasn't sure if Mouch was going to make it. He kind of found out right before us. And so it had gotten to the point where he was entertaining the possibility of not coming back.
Max, you okay? Hey! 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 Hey, Chief! We need an ambulance, Max is hit! Easy, buddy.
Even back then, Stolte found the idea of leaving heartbreaking. In his words, the show had been a gig of a lifetime, and that was when he was 6 seasons deep. It's been 11 seasons now, my friend, which only makes the goodbye harder. Stolte also revealed that his role in Chicago Fire does take a beating out of him. I mean, the guy's 60 years old. And he was saying this back in 2018, so maybe he is thinking about retiring. To make matters worse, he posted a goodbye message, or something of the sort, on his Instagram before the season finale. Christian wrote, "Our 11th season finale airs tonight. No spoilers, I just want to say it's been an extraordinary 11 years, and I am so very grateful for the experience." Cue the waterworks. He may have written no spoilers, but with how emotional he got over the finale, I'm pretty sure he was trying to tell us something. If you head to the comment section of the post, you'll find it flooded with fans asking the actor if it really was a goodbye. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait for season 12 for some answers, which I don't have a release date for. No one knows if the show would be sticking to its usual fall season premiere. Things have been uncertain because of the ongoing Writers Guild strike. If the strike goes on long enough, it could possibly delay the show. That means not only would we have to wait to find out what happens to Mouch, but we would also have to wait for Brett's answer to Casey's proposal, as if we weren't suffering enough. Or, maybe we could find out sooner. It's how we found out about Teddy Altman's return in Grey's Anatomy. Kim Raver's character flatlined at the end of season 19, and while fans were wondering about her fate, the show confirmed that she'd be returning as a series regular for season 20. Now, if we're lucky, we could have the same thing happen to us. But, there's only just a slight chance anyway. Either way, I would say one thing. If Christian is thinking about retirement and the writers are thinking about writing off Mouch, I'd rather they give him a happy ending instead of a tragic one. I think we can all agree on that. So from not knowing when season 12 would come back to answer our questions, to our favorite veteran firefighter circling the drain in the season finale, this was everything about Chicago Fire fans demanding to know if Mouch survives.